The film begins with Tom, who lives in a place where the crime rate is very high. But Tom is an ordinary boy and is very good at studies. Tom's mother died when he was 2 years old. Since then, Tom has been living with his grandmother. Tom is from a middle-class family, so he asks his friend Danny to get a cheap phone, and Danny gives him a second-hand phone. Now this phone has great importance in the movie, which we will know later. Tom has a beautiful problem in his life, whose name is Lucy, whom Tom has liked since childhood, but could not say till now. But today is going to be something special for Tom. Tom is good at studying, so Lucy asks Tom for help, preparing for an upcoming exam. Then comes Eugene, who is a class bully and threatens people, but they both ignore Eugene. Now Lucy invites Tom to her house to study this evening. Hiding his delight, Tom says, yes. When Tom goes to Lucy's house in the evening, he sees that the gate of Lucy's house is open. When he goes inside, he sees Lucy's brother lying unconscious on the ground. And the sound of Lucy's screaming is coming from her room. Then, some masked boys come out of Lucy's room. That means these boys forced themselves on Lucy. Tom gets scared and runs away, but the boys chase him. Tom calls the police as he runs away. Then, one of them shoots Tom. Now, after being in a coma for 10 days, Tom regains consciousness, where he learns that the bullet had just touched his head, and his phone was where the bullet had hit. Because of this, some pieces of the phone have penetrated deep inside Tom's brain, and it's impossible to remove them as this could put Tom's life in danger. Now Tom will have to live with these pieces forever. It was constantly haunting Tom's mind that he ran away like a coward, and he fears that Lucy will never forgive him, but his grandma consoles him that it is not your fault, but if you don't go to meet Lucy or talk to her, it will be your mistake and cowardice. Tom gathers courage and goes to meet Lucy. Lucy is very happy to see Tom. Tom apologizes to Lucy for running away that day, but Lucy says no one will blame you for not being a hero. Now on his way home, Tom is surrounded by thousands of voices outside. He can hear all the phone calls around him. He reaches his home with great difficulty. He starts seeing strange things everywhere in his room, like all the games in the video game box are in front of his eyes. The entire system of the laptop is visible to him. When Tom looks out of the window of his room, he sees all the digital signals of the entire city going up into the sky. Tom cannot withstand all this and goes unconscious. Then Tom dreams of that day and sees Eugene's phone in the list of Lucy's home Wi-Fi router at the same time as that incident. That means Eugene also was one of those boys. Then Tom regains consciousness and sees a superhero toy lying on the ground, exactly the way Tom was lying. We will understand the meaning of this scene later. Now the next morning, Tom boards the bus to go to school, but he starts seeing the same things again. Digital signals from everyone's phones, hearing calls from people walking on the road. Meanwhile, Danny asks him to the party tonight, but Tom could see the location of that party from Danny's phone. Now sitting in the science lab, Tom carefully looks at Eugene's phone. On Eugene's phone, he finds the video of that night. Tom gets enraged by seeing this. Then something strange happens. Eugene's phone receives a strong electric shock and it falls from his hand. Even Tom is surprised by this. Now Tom goes to that party at night. Eugene and his entire gang are also present at this party. Tom plays that video in his mind and matches all the people one by one who were at Lucy's house that day. Tom learns that those masked people were Eugene's gang. Now Tom learns to hack with his power, and within a few days becomes a great hacker. Now it was the turn to know that gang. He chases Eugene and one of his partners, and hacks their phones. Then he learns that Eugene deals in drugs too. Now Tom hacks the phones of all those gang members, and keeps an eye on them all the time. Scares them while they sleep, sometimes by turning on the TV, sometimes by playing loud songs. Seeing them frightened gives Tom great relief. Now Tom has become so good at hacking that he overhears Grandma talking on the phone that she has to pay an installment of 300 euros. But she did not have that much money in her account. So Tom easily transfers 300 euros to her account. Now Tom brings Lucy out of the house, because after that accident, Lucy did not come out of her house even once. She feels good to be out after so long. She was thankful to Tom that he supported her so much. Tom apologizes again and tells Lucy that I am ashamed of that day, but I promise it won't happen again. Your safety is my responsibility, even if I have to sacrifice my life for this. Tom expressed his feelings to Lucy for the first time, and Lucy is very happy to hear this. Now at night, Eugene and his gang steal a car. But as soon as they sit in the car gets locked. They try to get out, but can't. Suddenly the car starts and a short circuit occurs, due to which the car fills with smoke. Everyone in the car becomes terrified. Then a voice comes on the radio asking, "Why did you do this to Lucy?" That was Tom's voice. Before they can understand anything, the car catches fire. One of the boys, named Cass, gets extremely scared and tells him that their boss told him to do so. He wanted Lucy's brother to join our gang, but he refused, so he had to do this to teach him a lesson. Eugene repeatedly warns him not to tell him anything, but Cass does not listen. Tom asks, "What's your boss's name?" That boy says, "Cuts." Then Tom opens the back door of the car. Everyone gets out, and the car explodes. Now Tom finds Cuts while searching police records, and also the address of his flat. Here at Cuts' flat, we also see Danny sitting. Then, a video plays on their TV, in which someone is pissing in Cuts' car. Seeing this, Cuts gets upset. Everyone runs towards the car. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Tom enters the house. Now Tom starts destroying the place with his special power. TV, music system, light bulbs, everything starts blasting. But one speaker does not explode. When Tom goes near the speaker, he realizes that it is just a cover. Cuts has hidden his drugs inside it. Seeing this, a mischievous smile appears on Tom's face. Now Tom comes home and creates an account on YouTube named iBoy, and he uploads the video of the car with the message that iBoy will now clean the filth of this city. That means cowardly Tom has now become a superhero named iBoy. Tom now makes several small packets of drugs and hides them in the houses of Eugene and all his gang members. Except Cass, because he told the name of his boss. Now he sends the location of houses to the police. The next morning, police searched all their houses, where they find drugs, and one by one the police arrest them all. Tom also uploads the video of this from iBoy's account. Now everyone has started liking this new hero. Now Tom withdraws all the money from the account of Cuts. One day, Tom hears a call to Cuts in which boss Elman says, "A huge batch of drugs is going to arrive tonight. You have to bring it with utmost care." Cuts assures his boss that he can handle everything. Now Tom goes to Cuts' house and starts stalking him. And following the phone's location, Tom reaches where the lot was. When no one is near the lot, Tom takes gasoline out of his bag and sets the drugs on fire. And uploading the video of that too, Tom sends a message to Elman saying, "This doesn't stop till you're gone." But somehow, Cuts' men arrive there and start beating Tom. Cuts was very happy that at last, he got his hands on iBoy. Cuts is about to shoot, when suddenly they all hear a loud noise, which is so strong that everyone starts screaming in pain. Tom made this sound with his power. Then injured Tom runs away from there, and after going a little distance, he becomes unconscious. By the time he regains consciousness, it is morning. He comes straight to his house, where Lucy is angry with him because they had exams today, and Tom had missed that. Then we see Cass's dead body hanging from the building, because Cuts suspected that Cass was the iBoy, because all of Eugene's gang was caught, except Cass. That's why Cuts killed him. Everyone was extremely shocked by this incident. Just then, Danny comes to Tom. Danny says, "How did you get this injury on your face?" Tom says that I fell. Danny understood that Tom was hiding something. Tom changes the subject and asks, "Who do you think might have killed Cass?" Danny says, "The same hacker iBoy, the one who started it all." This was very difficult for Tom to hear. He did not want to kill anyone. But somehow, Tom was the reason for Cass's death. Now the news of Cass spreads throughout the city, and the voices of people surround Tom. Everyone is considering iBoy as the murderer of Cass, because Cass was a member of a gang, and iBoy was determined to stop them all. The people who were with iBoy and considered him a hero, now the same people are considering him a murderer. Disappointed Tom is sleeping in his house when he hears a sound. When he came out of the room, he saw that someone had entered his house. One of them was Cuts, and the other was his boss, Elman. Now Elman says, "I heard you hack people's phones just with your mind. Money can be deposited or withdrawn from bank accounts just by thinking." Tom says, "I don't know what you're talking about." Elman hits him hard, which causes Tom to fall. Now Elman asks him, "Try to find out where Lucy is." Then Tom sees Lucy, who has been held captive. Tom says that Lucy has nothing to do with it. That means Tom accepts that he has superpowers and he is the iBoy. Then we see that Eugene and his gang members have taken Lucy captive somewhere. A phone is placed in front of her so that Tom can see it. But Tom is 2 steps ahead of them. He calls the police using the same phone. Elman calls Danny inside. Danny becomes suspicious of Tom and tells Elman that Tom could be the iBoy. Tom was surprised to see that Danny sold his childhood friendship for a little money. Now Elman puts money in Danny's mouth and sends him away, and asks Tom to transfer money to his account. Tom slowly starts transferring the money, even though he doesn't want to. Seeing this, a devilish happiness can be seen on Elman's face. Meanwhile, the police come to Lucy's place. Seeing the police coming, everyone hides, but before leaving, they break the phone. Here, Tom's attention gets disturbed a bit when the phone breaks. But Elman notices this. He suspects that Tom has done something. He immediately calls Eugene. Eugene gets scared by the call and puts down his gun and takes out the phone. But the phone falls and gets disconnected. When there is no answer to the phone, Elman leaves the place with Tom. Meanwhile, with the departure of the police, they all heave a sigh of relief. Just then, Lucy picks up the gun that had fallen and points it at them. Everyone apologizes to Lucy and beg for their lives. Lucy says, "I know it was you guys that night. How could you do this to me? We have known each other since childhood." Lucy's heart is filled with anger and hatred, but she doesn't kill them and comes out from there. But then Elman appears in front of her, and seeing Tom at gunpoint, Lucy lowers her gun. Now Elman calls Eugene and others, and Eugene captures Lucy again. Tom moves to save Lucy, but Cuts knocks him down by hitting him on the head. Now Elman asks Tom to transfer the money again, but instead of transferring the money, Tom tries to blast Elman's phone, but at the last moment, Elman throws the phone and escapes. Now Tom blasts everyone's phones one by one. Due to this, everyone falls. Then Lucy takes advantage of the opportunity, and she snatches the gun from Eugene and hits him on the head with the gun. Meanwhile, Elman runs away. Tom goes out to catch him when Elman attacks Tom from behind. But Tom makes that loud noise. That makes Elman feel his head exploding. Somehow, Elman manages to hit Tom on the head, due to which Tom becomes unconscious and the sound also stops. Now Elman is about to kill Tom with a pipe when Lucy arrives. She has a gun in her hand. Lucy shoots at Elman, but the gun does not fire because of the rain. Now Elman starts moving towards Lucy, but then, after trying multiple times, a bullet is fired, and it hits into Elman's hand. Before Lucy can fire again, he catches Lucy and hits her hard. Due to this, Lucy becomes unconscious. But by then, Tom had got up and become very furious. He throws a wave of electricity towards Elman with all his strength. Due to this, Elman dies on the spot, but it takes all of Tom's strength and he falls unconscious again. Now the movie moves forward in time. We see Tom and Lucy having their little date on the roof of the building. There are scars on their faces, along with beautiful smiles of love. Now they are starting a new life together. So, this was today's movie. If you liked the video, then do share it with your Tom and Lucy. You were listening to Crooked Chords. See you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye.